Hello students, so I hope everyone is doing very well. So let's start our today's class. So in the last class we have discussed the peculiar items that are relating to the income and expenditure account and also relating to your not-for-profit organizations. Now today we are going to see how to prepare the income and expenditure account. So let's see, first of all, let's see the pro forma of income and expenditure account. So what are the things that we are going to show in the expenditure side and what are the things that we are going to show in the income side. Now here some adjustments need to be made. So first of all, see, in the expenditure side there is salary, 2 salaries, then we are going to add some outstanding amount that is in the end of the period. End of that period, if there is any outstanding salary, then that should be added to your salaries. And if there was any outstanding in the beginning, then that we are going to subtract it from this. So so this is your expenditure side. See, so if there is a salary, so we will add outstanding in the beginning and we will again subtract your outstanding in the the outstanding in the beginning will be end will be added and your outstanding in the beginning will be subtracted. Similarly, the expenses, all the expenses are shown here. So rent is also there, then prepaid expenses will also be deducted. So the audit fees, printing and stationery, honorarium, then telephone expenses, the depreciation also shown on the expenditure side. So then if the income side is more than the expenditure, then you have your balance, that is your surplus. Similarly, in this side you have your income in this form of subscriptions. So for this subscriptions also the outstanding at the end will be added, then the beginning will be again your subtracted. So again, if there is any advance in the beginning will be added and advance in the end will be subtracted. So this thing you have to remember. Now entrance fees are also there. So sometimes entrance fees there will be mentioned if this entrance fees has been capitalized or not. So if that is capitalized, then that amount would be shown on the your balance sheet, not on the income and expenditure account. Now if they are of revenue receipts, then it will be shown on the income side of the income and expenditure account. And then the donations, sale of all the newspapers, hall rent, sundry receipts, so all those things are shown on the income side. So if the expenditure side is more than the income side, then the balance is there, so that balance will be your deficit. So this is the pro forma of income and expenditure account. Now let's do one illustration. See the question that is for your prepare the income and expenditure of Clean Delhi Club for the year ended 31st March 2017. So here a receipt and payment account for that club has been given. Now using those items we are going to prepare our income and expenditure account. So there the payments, this will be shown on your expenditure side and these receipts will be shown on the income side. Now from this we are going to exclude this balance BD. This we will not use this because the opening balance are not used in the income and expenditure account. Now we have your subscriptions, entrance fees, donation, rent of hall, sale of investment. So these all things will be shown on the your income side. Now in this side, payment side, see salary, rent, electricity, taxes, printing, then sundry expenses, these things should be shown on the expenditure side. Now books purchase, this is for your fixed period, this is for your long term. So these things will be excluded from your income and expenditure account. So because books are going to be used by the club members in the upcoming years and years, so this will be treated as your fixed assets. So this will not be shown on the income side, income not expenditure side. Then the government bonds purchase, this is also of capital nature, so this will also be not be shown on the expenditure side. Then FD also, then the balance CD, the closing balance also will be ignored. So using this thing we are going to prepare our income and expenditure account. So income and expenditure account for the year ending 31st March 2019. So the first item we have in our receipt side is your subscriptions. So we will write it as by subscriptions. So the amount was 22,500. Next we have your entrance fees. Now for this entrance fees there is nothing has been mentioned that it would be capitalized or not. So this will be shown in the income side. So this is your entrance fees. So the amount will be 1,250. Next is your donations. Now donations has been received. So this is also your income. So donations, that is for amount is your 2,500. ये कैसे हटाओ? हट गया. By subscriptions amount is your 22,500. Then by entrance fees the amount is your 1,250. Next by donations 2,500. Next is your by rent of hall. This is your 750. Now the last item was sale of investment, that is of your capital nature, so that would not be shown on income side or the income and expenditure account. So for this side we have done. Next let's see the payment side. In the payment side we have salary. So to salary, the amount is 1,500. Next is your rent. To rent 800. Next is your electricity charges. Electricity, that amount is your 3,500. Next is your taxes. 1700. To printing and stationery, 380. Then to sundry expenses, 920. Now the remaining was of your capital nature, so these things only be shown on the income and expenditure account. Now let's total it. So the total for this side is so this is your 27,000. Now for this side add this become 5,000, then 5,800, 6,800, 7,500, then 380 plus 920 means 1,300. So the total is your 8,800. So in this side the total is 27,000. So the income is more than the expenditure side. So both side will be 27,000. Now the balancing figure would be your surplus. So the balancing figure find out by subtracting 8,800 from 27,000. So the surplus amount is your 18,200. So this way we can prepare the income and expenditure account. So we have got our surplus amount. Now one more illustration is there. So here some adjustments needs to be made because there the additional information has been given. So see, in this side you have your subscriptions, but for income and expenditure account we know that the amount relating to the current period only be recorded. So in this part you are going to record only for the year of 2015. So this is for the year ending 2015. So we are going to record it for the 2014 because this is the period for 2014 and 15. So we are going to record this subscription only. Then you have your donation. We will be recording this, hall rent, interest on bank deposit, entrance fees. Similarly in this side, purchase of furniture. So for this you have your furniture is to be depreciated at 10% per annum. So the depreciation we will be showing it in your expenditure side, and this should be your receipts, and this is expenses. So the purchase of furniture, that is your one expenditure, but that is of your capital nature. So this would not be shown on the income and expenditure account because this is the purchase of your fixed assets. Then your salaries, telephone expenses, electricity charge. So all such things will be shown. Now here see the adjustment. See, first of all there is your salaries outstanding. Now outstanding salary we are going to add it. Here they have not mentioned it is in the beginning or end. So at that time we are going to take it as your beginning part. So we are going to add it. Next is your entertainment expenses outstanding. This one is gonna be added. Then bank interest receivable. This is also receivable, means this we are going to receive it. So this one is also we are going to add. Then subscriptions accrued, means this amount we have not received yet, but we are going to receive it soon. So that is also we are going to add. Next, it is your 50% entrance fees has been capitalized. So the 50% amount of entrance fees, this one entrance fees has been capitalized. So the 50% amount would be shown on your balance sheet, and the 50% amount would be shown on your income side of the income and expenditure account. Now let's do this question. So here, first of all, we have our, in that side we have salaries. So salaries is your expenditure, so it would be 2 salaries. Okay, so first one is your 2 salaries. So the amount is 2000. The adjustment needs to be made. So there is your outstanding salary. So that would be added. So add outstanding. So outstanding amount was 1500. Adjustment needs to be made inside, so then they add this, the amount would be wrote outside in the amount column. Next you have telephone expenses. 2 telephone expenses. So the amount is 300. Next is your to electricity charges. So the electricity charges amount is 600. Next, postage and stationery. This is your 150. Next, entertainment expenses. So entertainment expenses amount is 900, and we have one outstanding, so add outstanding. So the outstanding amount is 500. Now we have one purchase of 5% government papers, that was of 8,000. So 8,000 we are going to receive the interest. So the 5% of 8,000 is your 400. But the government securities was purchased on 1/10/2014. So how many months we have invested here? So the months will be 6 months. So we are going to calculate it for 6 months only. So this is your 200. So this will be shown on your income side as 2 interest on government securities. That interest is your 200. Next, miscellaneous expenses. So miscellaneous expenses amount was 600. So this side has been finished. Now in the income side you have, first one is interest on government securities we have recorded. Next we have subscriptions. Now the subscriptions for 3 years has been given, but we are going to take the subscription for this current year only. The amount was 10,000. Then there was one accrued subscription that would be added, that is so accrued subscription, the amount is your 400. So total amount is 10,400. Next is your donation. Donation received. So the donation amount is 2,500. Next is hall rent received. The hall rent is 300. Next is interest on bank deposits. That was 450, and we have one receivable, that is your one outstanding. So that one also we will add it. So outstanding is 150. So the total will be 600. Next we have entrance fees. So the total entrance fees was of 500, but we have to deduct the 50% because the 50% has been capitalized. So we will calculate the 50%. 50% means what? The half of the amount. So 250 would be shown on your balance sheet, and the remaining 250 would be shown here in the income side. Now so with this the items we have shown here. So now let's add both the side. So this side we have, this would be this is your 4,400. Then so this side is your 6,550. Now check this side. Obviously this side would be much more than this side because we have here 10,000 amount. So let's total this side. So here we have 10,400 plus this 500 means so the total is 14,250. Now since the income side is more, then we will have your surplus amount. Now let's deduct this. So we have this 6550 deduct this. So the surplus would be your 7,700. So in this way we can solve calculate the surplus for the whole year. So this is your income and expenditure account for the year ending 31st March 2015. So the outstanding we have added here, and with this we have found out the surplus for the year. Now let's see the balance sheet. So not-for-profit organization prepare balance sheet for ascertaining the financial position of the business, like every business organization do. So the preparation is of the same pattern as other business entities. It shows assets and liabilities in the end of the year, but there is one thing added here, that is your capital fund, that would be shown in the liabilities side. So that capital fund in place of your capital account, this will be shown. So and if there is any surplus for the year, that would be added, and if there is any deficit for the year, that would be subtracted from the capital fund. Next, there is some items that are also capitalized in the year. So that things are also shown in the capital side. Now these are the following procedure that you would follow. What are the things that you are going to show in the balance sheet? So this is the pro forma of balance sheet. What are the things you have? So in the liabilities side you have first of all capital fund, then that is your opening balance that should be given in the question, and if the capital fund is not given in the question, then you are going then their assets and liabilities will be mentioned in your additional information, and using those information you have to prepare first balance sheet for the beginning of the year. Then again by using the capital fund you are going to prepare the balance sheet for the next year. Then you are going to add your surplus or less deficit or your capitalized income if any, then all things are added, then you are going to show it in the balance sheet. Then your legacies is there, entrance fees, life membership fees, all things are shown in the liabilities side. Next, in the asset side you have the different asset, that is your outstanding incomes are also there, the cash in hand, cash at bank, the prepaid expenses. If there is any stock, then the previous balance would be shown. Then if we have purchased any items in the current period, that would be added. Then the value that you have consumed, that would be subtracted from it. So these things are also adjusted in the balance sheet. If not so, these are also shown on your income and expenditure account also. Then the closing stock is shown on the balance sheet. So this way we are going to prepare the balance sheet for the year. So with this we will end our class today. In the next class we will do the preparation of how to prepare the balance sheet. So we will do some more illustration for this question, for this type of pro forma. So till then, take care. Bye bye.